This week on AtlantiCast, expert tips on how to control diabetes. Some of the brightest minds at Atlantic Health System share some groundbreaking research, national recognition for quality and equality at AHS medical centers, and much more. Hello, I'm Luke Margolis. Welcome back to AtlantiCast. Hackettstown Medical Center and all Atlantic Health System hospitals are now nationally accredited by the American Diabetes Association. This allows all the hospitals to promote quality education for people with diabetes by following a curriculum endorsed by the American Diabetes Association. According to Dr. Robert Melfi, a diabetologist with the Diabetes and Endocrine Institute at Morristown Medical Center, diabetes is a preventable and manageable condition, even if you have a family history of the condition or are pre-diabetic. Here's some tips. If you're over 40, overweight, or have a family history, take a risk test like the one at the American Diabetes Association website. If you are at risk, your doctor can give you a blood test to determine if you have diabetes or prediabetes. People with prediabetes can avoid developing diabetes by making important lifestyle changes, such as eating healthier, avoid processed starches and fatty foods, go for vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins instead, and get active. If you have diabetes, those same lifestyle changes can really maximize the benefit of your treatment. Also, work with your doctor to set blood sugar target levels. Knowledge is power when it comes to fighting diabetes. Some of the brightest minds at Atlantic Health System presented a series of groundbreaking research studies at the 22nd Annual Research Day Symposium held by the Atlantic Center for Research. AHS President and CEO Brian Granulotti and Chief Medical and Academic Officer Dr. Jan Schwartzmiller were on hand to hear presentations ranging from studies of how to improve heart health to how research is helping build healthier communities. Yours truly was lucky enough to be the host for the day and learned quite a bit. You can learn more about the studies at AtlantiCast.org. Speaking of research, this month Atlantic Health System announced it was teaming up with 5 other health systems to create a nonprofit clinical research consortium called PEER. Partners in innovation, education, and research will allow Atlantic Health System to share its own groundbreaking research while allowing its patients to take part in clinical trials happening at other systems. This is in keeping with Atlantic Health System's tradition of collaborating with other systems for the benefit of our patients. It's a win-win for current patients and those who will need treatment in the future.
Research is complicated because it involves partnering with not only the scientists but also the sponsors that actually may bring the research to us. One of the unique parts of this kind of collaboration is that each individual medical center or system doesn't have to negotiate that by themselves. So we have the ability for a sponsor to say, hey, we have a really important treatment that we think is going to help your patients in your communities, and bring it to all of the communities at the same time, enabling us to move faster and bring improved care to our patients in a much faster, efficient fashion.
You can learn more about PEER at AtlantiCast.org. 2018 has been a year of celebration for Atlantic Health System, and recently there was more good news. Great Place to Work and Fortune magazine named Atlantic Health System one of its best workplaces in healthcare. In fact, it was the top-rated healthcare company in New Jersey. That was followed by earning a spot on Becker's Hospital Review's top 150 places to work in healthcare. Newton Medical Center held its 2nd annual Clinical Excellence Awards ceremony recently. The event honors Newton team members for their extraordinary commitment to patients and to their peers. In his thanks to the honorees, Hospital President Joe DiPaolo said of their effort, "It is a heartfelt appreciation that is integral to creating a nurturing environment where people want to go to work each morning and do their best work every day." There are thousands of people doing hundreds of different jobs in a hospital. Well, recently leaders at Chilton Medical Center took turns trying out a few of the jobs you may not always see. The A Day in Your Shoes program is a great way for team members to share how they do what they do, and for leadership to find new ways to share best practices. Some of the areas visited include the Nursing Resource Center, Protection and Security, Surgical Services, and Crisis Intervention. If you think protecting the planet is an important part of protecting your health, then Overlook Medical Center is the place for you. Overlook was just named one of the top 25 hospitals in the nation for its work in pursuing environmental excellence. The award is from Practice Green Health. It's the group's highest honor. Overlook also got Practice Green Health's Greening the OR Recognition Award for its efforts to make environmental strides in the operating room. And recently, the Commerce and Industry Association of New Jersey recognized Overlook with its Companies That Care Award in the Protect the Environment category. Finally, affirming Atlantic Health System's commitment to both quality and equality, the Human Rights Campaign Foundation named all Atlantic Health System medical centers as LGBTQ healthcare equality leaders for 2018. As we head to a break, members of 2 Girl Scout troops from Parsippany recently stopped by Overlook Medical Center to deliver several Jared boxes that they filled and donated to the Pediatric Eating Disorder Center and Atlantic Health System Children's Health. Jared boxes are plastic boxes filled with small gifts, toys, and games like fun activities, including stress balls, journals, coloring books, and other items to help patients cope during treatment. We at Atlantic Health System want to send them a huge thank you. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back. With the AtlantiCast Medical Minute, I'm Luke Margolis. April is Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Month, and you may have heard a bit about that as it relates to HPV. Well, joining us now is Dr. Tom Thomas. He's the Director of Head and Neck Reconstructive Surgery and Transoral Robotic Surgery at Morristown Medical Center. And Doctor, tell our audience how Atlantic Health System's new HPV Center helps fight this disease.
HPV Center has several goals. First is to educate our community regarding the epidemic of HPV-related head and neck cancer. Second is to immunize our kids early so this won't happen in the future. Third is to diagnose early so we can deploy minimally invasive techniques to treatment and to rehab our patients quickly so they can reintegrate back into their life quickly.
So how does being part of Atlantic Health System empower you to do this important work?
Atlantic HPV Center has the multidisciplinary experts in head and neck cancer and the support staff to take care of our patients.
Doctor, thank you so much. To learn more about Atlantic Health System or the HPV Center, you can go to AtlantiCast.org.